Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Kapil Gupta Career Pod Show, where we discuss careers, life skills, and issues that impact our digital world. And I'm your host, Kapil Gupta. And today's topic is something you absolutely cannot afford to ignore: digital arrest scams. Imagine this: you're chilling at home, scrolling through Instagram reels, and suddenly your phone rings. An unknown number. You pick up and hear someone claiming to be from the CBI or Delhi police saying there's a case against you. And if you don't cooperate right now, they'll send officers to arrest you. Your heart starts racing, your palms get sweaty, and before you know it, you're transferring money to strangers or giving away your personal information. Sounds familiar? Maybe it happened to you, or to your friend, or your parents. Well, my friend, that's what we call a digital arrest scam. And it's becoming as common as those we have been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty calls, but way more dangerous. And in this episode, we are breaking down digital arrest scams, how they work, why even smart people fall for them, and most importantly, how to protect yourself. So, Gen Z, millennials, and everyone listening, pay close attention. You never know when a scammer might try to trap you. So, grab your chai, settle in, and let's get this show rolling. Hello, all. I'm Kapil Gupta, founder of Study Abroad Academy. I'm on a mission to coach and mentor 100,000 high school students and help them realize the dream of studying in the best universities of the world and build happy and successful careers for themselves. So, all right, let's start with the basics. What exactly is this digital arrest thing everyone's talking about? Now, a digital arrest is not a real arrest, it's a total scam. It happens when fraudsters pretend to be police officers, CBI agents, or other government officials. They call you and claim there's some serious case against you. Maybe they say your Aadhaar card was used for money laundering, or there's an FIR filed against you for some crime you never committed. Now, these scammers create a fake emergency situation. They say things like, "We are sending officers to arrest you right now," or "Your bank accounts will be frozen in the next hour." So they make it sound super urgent and scary. So let me break down how these scams typically work. First, they'll call you pretending to be from a government agency. The caller ID might even show CBI or police because they use special apps to fake their number. Then they'll tell you there's some serious legal problem. Now, maybe they found your Aadhaar card at a crime scene, or someone used your identity to open bank accounts for illegal activities. Next comes the pressure. They'll say things like, "The call is being recorded as evidence," or "We have a warrant for your arrest." Now, they might even transfer you to someone who pretends to be a senior officer to make it seem more legit. Now, here's where it gets tricky. They'll offer you a way out. They'll say, "We can help you clear your name, but you need to cooperate fully." Now, this usually means either transferring money for a verification process or sharing your personal information. Now, some scammers go next level and actually conduct a fake digital arrest. They'll ask you to stay on a video call for hours while they investigate your case. Now, during this time, they might ask you to transfer money or share your banking details. So, one of my listeners, Priya from Pune, shared her story with me last week. She got a call claiming her Aadhaar card was linked to a money laundering case in Mumbai. The caller knew her full name and part of her Aadhaar number, which made her believe it was real. They kept her on a WhatsApp video call for 5 hours, telling her not to disconnect or they'll send police to her house. And by the end, they had convinced her to transfer 1.2 lakhs as a security deposit that they promised would be returned once her name was cleared. And the truth is, she never got that money back. Now, these scams are getting so common in India that according to recent reports, Indians lost over 1200 crores to cyber fraud last year, with digital arrest scams being one of the top methods. And the worst part, these scamsters don't just target the elderly or less tech savvy people, they're going after everyone: college students, working professionals, even tech experts. In fact, sometimes educated people are easier targets because they have more to lose if their reputation gets damaged. So now I know what you're thinking. Kapil Bhai, I'm smart. I wouldn't fall for these scams. And that's what everyone thinks. But these scammers are not just random people trying their luck. They're psychological manipulators who know exactly which buttons to push. So let's talk about why even the most educated and street smart people fall for these scams. First up, fear. It's our most basic emotion, right? So when someone says police or arrest, our brain goes into panic mode. And when we are scared, we don't think clearly. Our logical brain takes a back seat and our emotional brain starts driving. The scammers know this and they create maximum fear in minimum time. My friend Rahul, who has a PhD in computer science, fell for one of these scams. He told me, Kapil, the moment they mentioned police and my name in the same sentence, my brain just froze. All my education and knowledge went out of the window. And the second tactic they use is authority. From childhood, we are taught to respect and obey authority figures, teachers, parents, police. And when someone claims to be from the CBI or Delhi police, our natural instinct is to cooperate. We don't question authority, especially when they sound official and know some basic details about us. And then there's the urgency factor. Notice how these scammers never give you time to think. They'll say things like, "We are sending officers to your location right now," or "Your bank accounts will be frozen in the next 30 minutes." And this creates what psychologists call the scarcity principle. When time is limited, we make hasty decisions. And another powerful tool in their kit is social proof. They might say, "This is happening to many people," but those who cooperate get their names cleared. And this makes you feel like there's a legitimate process that others have successfully gone through. And let's not forget the information they already have about you. When a caller knows your full name, part of your Aadhaar number, or your address, it's natural to think they must be legitimate. In reality, this information is often collected from data breaches or your public social media profiles. And there's also the embarrassment factor. They might accuse you of being involved in something shameful like money laundering or illegal pornography. The fear of having such allegations made public make people cooperate to clear their name privately. And one of the most powerful techniques they use is what psychologists call keeping the victim under the influence. So by making you stay on call for hours, they ensure you don't get a chance to talk to family or friends who might tell you it's a scam. They isolate you in your moment of panic. And finally, there's the relief offer. After creating all this fear and panic, they offer you a way out, a solution to make this nightmare end. By this point, you're so desperate for the problem to go away that you'll do almost anything they suggest. So before you think, "I'm too smart for this," remember that these scams are designed to bypass your rational thinking. Even judges, police officers, cybersecurity experts have fallen victim to these scams. So these fraudsters are professionals who have perfected their scripts and techniques over thousands of calls. So, to help you understand how these scams actually play out, let me share some real stories from people who have been through this. I've changed their names for privacy, but these are actual cases that happened right here in India. Meet Ananya, a 22-year-old fashion design student from Delhi. One evening, she received a call from someone claiming to be from the Mumbai police. The caller told her that a phone number registered in her name was being used for illegal activities. And when Ananya said she only had one phone number, the caller got aggressive and said they would arrest her for not cooperating with the investigation. They transferred her to another person who claimed to be a CBI officer. And this officer told Ananya that her Aadhaar card details were found in multiple bank accounts involved in money laundering. So, to prove her innocence, she needed to transfer 25,000 as a verification deposit that would be returned once they confirmed she wasn't involved. So, being a student living away from home, Ananya panicked. She didn't want her parents to find out about this case against her. So she transferred the money, and the scammers then asked for more money. But fortunately, Ananya called her father, who immediately recognized it as a scam. Then there's Vikram, a 35-year-old IT professional from Bangalore. He received a call, supposedly from Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, TRAI, saying that his phone number would be blocked due to suspicious activities. The call was then transferred to someone claiming to be from the CBI. Now, this fake CBI officer told Vikram that his Aadhaar card and PAN card were being used for illegal activities. They conducted a fake investigation over a WhatsApp video call that lasted nearly 7 hours. And during this time, they showed him fake arrest warrants with his name and told him not to disconnect or inform anyone, or he would be immediately arrested. The scammers then instructed Vikram to transfer money to different accounts for verification. Being tech savvy, Vikram was initially suspicious, but the scammers were so convincing with their official looking documents and professional tone that he ended up transferring a total of 4.5 lakhs before realizing it was a scam. Perhaps the most shocking case is of Mr. Sharma, a 58-year-old retired bank manager from Pune. You think someone with decades of banking experience would spot a financial scam instantly, right? Wrong. Mr. Sharma received a call claiming to be from the Mumbai police, saying there was a money laundering case against him. Then the caller transferred him to another person who showed a fake police ID on video call and presented documents with official looking stamps and signatures. The scammers told Mr. Sharma that to avoid public embarrassment, he should cooperate with this secret investigation. They kept him on call for almost 10 hours, during which they made him transfer his entire retirement savings of 18 lakhs to various accounts for checking and verification. Mr. Sharma only realized it was a scam when the callers became unreachable after receiving the money. His entire retirement fund was gone in a single day. Now, these stories show how these scams can happen to anyone: students, professionals, even those with financial expertise. And the common factor in all these cases: fear, urgency, and isolation. The scammers didn't give their victims time to think or consult others. So now that we understand how these scams work, let's talk about how you can verify if a call or message is actually from a legitimate authority. First and foremost, remember that real police officers or government officials never, a big never, make threatening calls demanding immediate money transfers. That's just not how legal processes work in India. If you're ever accused of a crime, you'll receive official written communication. I mention that again: official written communication, not a random phone call. So if you get a call claiming to be from the police or any government agency, here's what you should do. Step 1. Stay calm. I know it's easier said than done, but remember, panic makes you vulnerable. Take a deep breath and remind yourself that legitimate authorities don't operate this way. Then, step 2. Never share personal information immediately. Tell the caller you need to verify their identity first. A real officer won't have a problem with this. Then, step number 3. Ask for specific details. Get the caller's name, designation, department, and official ID number. Also ask for the specific police station or office they're calling from and the exact nature of the alleged case against you, including any FIR numbers. And then step 4, and this is important. Tell them you'll call them back on the official number of the department and then hang up and look up the official contact information of that department yourself, and don't use any number that caller gives you. For example, if someone claims to be from the Delhi police, search for Delhi police official contact number on Google and choose only that number that is given on the official website of the department and call that number to verify. Step 5. Check official websites. Most government departments have official websites with lists of ongoing scams. For example, the CBI has a section on their website warning about exactly these types of fraud. Another important verification step is to ask yourself, does this make logical sense? Real legal procedures have proper channels. You'll receive official notices in writing before any action is taken against you. Courts and police don't ask for money transfers to verify your innocence. And here's a concrete example. If someone says they are from the CBI, ask them for the specific CBI branch they are calling from, their badge number, and the case reference number. Then tell them you'll call the CBI headquarters to confirm. The moment you say this, most scammers will either get aggressive or try to stop you from hanging up. And that's a clear red flag. Remember, legitimate authorities don't demand immediate money transfers. They don't threaten immediate arrest over the phone. They don't conduct investigations via WhatsApp. They don't ask you to keep the call a secret, and they don't keep you on the phone for hours. And so always follow proper legal procedures that involve written documentation. One more thing. If you are ever in doubt, call the National Cyber Crime Helpline at 1930. They can quickly tell you if what you're experiencing is a known scam pattern. Quick break for Gen Z tip. If you're too anxious to make verification calls yourself, put the scammer on hold and immediately text your parents or a trusted friend to help you verify. Remember, these scammers rely on keeping you isolated. So the moment you involve others, their power over you breaks. So let's talk about something super important. How to protect your personal information, especially your Aadhaar details, to avoid becoming a target in the first place. Your Aadhaar card is basically your digital identity in India. It's connected to your bank accounts, your phone number, your PAN card, pretty much everything. So protecting it is as important as protecting the keys to your house. So first rule, never share images of your original Aadhaar card online or with unknown people. If you need to submit your Aadhaar for verification purposes, use the masked Aadhaar option available on the UIDAI website. This hides the first 8 digits of your 12-digit Aadhaar number, showing only the last 4 digits. Second rule, enable two-factor authentication for your Aadhaar. Visit the UIDAI website and lock your biometrics. This way, even if someone has your Aadhaar number, they can't use it for authentication without your permission. Third rule, regularly check your Aadhaar authentication history on the UIDAI website. This shows you all the times your Aadhaar was used for verification. If you spot any activity you don't recognize, report it immediately. And now, beyond Aadhaar, here are some general tips to protect your personal information. Be careful about what you post on social media. Scammers can collect basic information like your full name, birth date, workplace, and family details from your public profiles. Use privacy settings to limit who can see your information. Then create unique passwords for different accounts. I know it's tempting to use the same password everywhere, but that's like using the same key for your house, car, office, and gym locker. Not smart, right? Enable two factor authentication for all your important accounts: email, banking apps, social media. This adds an extra layer of security beyond just your password. Be suspicious of too good to be true offers online. Free Netflix for a year? Survey that pays 5,000. These are usually data collection traps where you end up giving away personal information that can be used against you later. Regularly check your credit reports for any suspicious activities. You're entitled to one free credit report each year from credit bureaus like CIBIL. Install a good antivirus and anti malware program on your devices. Many scammers use malicious apps to collect your data. Be careful about the permissions you give to apps. Does that random torch app really need access to your contacts and location? Probably not. Use secure networks, especially for financial transactions. That free Wi Fi at the coffee shop? Not the best place to check your bank balance. And let me give you a real example of how data protection saved someone from a scam. My colleague Aditya once received a call claiming to be from his bank. The caller knew his full name and the fact that he had a credit card with the bank. But because Aditya had enabled SMS alerts for all transactions, when the scammer tried to make a small verification transaction, Aditya immediately got an alert. He hung up and reported the number to the cybercrime cell. Remember, your personal information is like currency in the digital world, so guard it carefully. And now, let's talk about how our government is fighting against these digital arrest scams and how you can use these resources to protect yourself. The Indian government has actually set up some pretty cool initiatives to combat cybercrime. And one of the most important ones is the Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center, or I4C. It was established by the Ministry of Home Affairs to deal with all types of cybercrimes in a coordinated and effective manner. Now, the I4C has 7 components, including a National Cybercrime Threat Analytics Unit, a National Cybercrime Reporting Portal, a National Cybercrime Training Center, or a Cybercrime Ecosystem Management Unit. Basically, they're approaching the problem from all angles: prevention, detection, investigation, and awareness. The most useful resource for us, regular citizens, is the National Cybercrime Reporting Portal at cybercrime.gov.in. Now, this is where you can report any cybercrime, including digital arrest scams, without having to physically go to a police station. The portal is available in multiple languages, making it accessible to people across India. Another super important resource is the cybercrime helpline number 1930. Yes, I repeat, 1930. If you ever receive a suspicious call or message, or if you think you've been scammed, you can immediately call this number for help. The helpline operates 24 by 7 and has helped recover crores of rupees for scam victims by quickly freezing fraudulent transactions. For example, last month a college student from Chennai called the helpline within 30 minutes of transferring rupees 50,000 to scammers. The cybercrime officials were able to freeze the transaction before the money could be withdrawn, and the student got his money back. What a relief! The government has also launched awareness campaigns like Cyber Dost on social media platforms to educate citizens about various cyber threats and preventive measures. Following accounts like @CyberDost on Twitter, known as X now, can give you regular updates on new scam patterns and safety tips. Many state police departments have also set up dedicated cyber cells. The Maharashtra Cyber Digital Crime Unit, the Telangana Cyber Crime Coordination Center, and the Delhi Police Cyber Cell are some examples. These units not only investigate cyber crimes but also conduct awareness programs in schools, colleges, and communities. The RBI, the Reserve Bank of India, also regularly issues guidelines and a warning about financial frauds. The website has a dedicated section on common banking frauds and preventive measures. They are even created a Be Aware series of booklets that explains various financial frauds in simple language. So, how can you leverage these resources? Here are some practical tips. First, save the cybercrime helpline number 1930 on your phone right now. Seriously, do it while you're listening to this podcast. You never know when you might need it. Then bookmark the National Cybercrime Reporting Portal, that is cybercrime.gov.in, on your browser or phone. If you ever become a victim, quick reporting can increase your chances of recovering your money. Then follow official social media accounts like @CyberDost and your state police cyber cell for updates on new scam patterns. Attend cybersecurity awareness programs in your community, college, or workplace. Many cyber cells conduct these programs regularly. Use the RBI's SMS service. Just send CBFL to 869 196 0000 to receive financial literacy messages. Report suspicious calls and messages even if you didn't fall for them. This helps authorities identify and block scammer numbers and protect others. Remember, the government can build systems, but ultimately, your awareness is your best defense. So use these resources proactively, not just after becoming a victim. So now, let's create a quick reference guide for spotting digital arrest scams. Think of this as your cheat sheet, the red flags that should immediately set off alarm bells in your head. Red flag 1: urgent threats. Any call that starts with "We are sending police to arrest you," or "Your accounts will be frozen in 1 hour," is almost certainly a scam. Real legal processes don't work that way. Then, red flag 2: demands for money transfers. Legitimate law enforcement agencies never ask for money to verify your innocence or secure your accounts. That's just not how our legal system works. The red flag number 3: requests to stay on continuous video calls. No real investigation happens over WhatsApp or Zoom, period. Red flag number 4: callers who discourage you from talking to family or friends about the case. Scammers want to isolate you because they know other people might recognize the scam. Then, red flag number 5: request for remote access to your device. Real authorities don't need to control your phone or computer. Then, red flag number 6: threatening calls from international numbers claiming to be Indian authorities. Our police don't call from foreign numbers. Then, red flag number 7: callers who know some of your personal details and use them to sound legitimate. Remember, basic information can be found online or purchased from data breaches. And now, If you suspect you are being targeted for a digital arrest scam, here's your quick response plan. Step 1. Stay calm and don't panic. Scammers rely on your fear response. Step 2. Don't share any personal information or transfer any money, no matter how convincing or threatening the caller sounds. Step number 3. Tell the caller you'll verify their identity by contacting their department through official channels and then hang up. Then step number 4. Talk to a trusted family member or friend immediately. Remember, isolation is the scammer's tool. Then step number 5. Report the incident to the cybercrime helpline at 1930 or file a complaint on cybercrime.gov.in. Step number 6. If you have already transferred money, immediately contact your bank's fraud department to try to stop the transaction. Then step number 7. Save all evidence, including call records, messages, and transaction details. This will be helpful when filing a police report. And remember, the best defense is skepticism. If something feels off, it probably is. Trust your instincts. So, all right, my awesome listeners, we have covered a lot of ground today on digital arrest scams. The best defense against these scams is awareness and skepticism. The digital world comes with amazing opportunities, but also new risks. So, by being aware and cautious, you can enjoy the benefits while protecting yourself from those who want to exploit you. So, now, here's my call to action for all of you incredible listeners. First, right now, save the cybercrime helpline number 1930 on your phone. Do it before you forget. Second, share this episode with at least 3 people you care about. Maybe your parents who might be more vulnerable, or younger sibling who thinks they're too smart to be scammed. Knowledge is our best defense against these frauds. Third, @CyberToast on social media for regular updates on new scam patterns and safety tips. Fourth, if you learned something valuable today, leave a review for this podcast or share it on your social media. The more people we can reach with this information, the fewer victims these scammers will find. And finally, if you have any experiences with digital arrest scams or questions about cybersecurity, drop them in the comments. I might feature your story or question in a future episode. Remember, in the digital world, your awareness is your superpower. Stay informed, stay skeptical, and stay safe. And this is Kapil Gupta signing off from another episode of the Kapil Gupta Career Pod Show. Until next time, keep your career soaring and your digital life secure.